Hello friends, today we are going to share about on how to go to the altar or go to church and how the Bible puts it and some of the things that we should go with in the altar. And we are going to read from the book of Deuteronomy chapter 12 verse 4 to 6. It says, "Do not worship the Lord your God in the way the pagans people worship their gods. Rather, you must seek the Lord your God at the place of worship in He himself will choose from among all the tribes, the place there, the place where his name will be honored. There you will bring your burnt offering, your sacrifice, your tithe, your sacred offering, your offering to fulfill a vow, your voluntary offerings, and your offerings of the firstborn animals of your herds and flock. There you and your family will feast in the presence of the Lord your God, and you will rejoice in all you have accomplished, because the Lord your God has blessed you." According to the Bible, where we have read in Deuteronomy chapter 12 verse 4 to 7, God is telling the Israelites that when they reach to the promised land, when they reach to the promised land, they should worship their God in a unique way. They should not worship their God the way those people who are in that promised land, who lived early in that land, the way they used to worship him. Now, God is telling them they should worship him at the place where he has appointed and put his name there, which means that God's altar, a sanctuary or the temple, or that the church. And God goes on and tells them and mentions to them when they go there what they should go with. First of all, he mentioned the sacrifices or the offering, the types of offerings or sacrifices that they are to go with them. First of all, God is mentioning of burnt offering. Secondly, burnt offering. Secondly, he mentions, he commands them to go with burnt offering. Secondly, sacrifices or peace offering. Third is tithe, 10% of what they have. Fourth, God is commanding them to go with heave offering or special contribution. And fifth, God is telling them to go with vow offering. Sixth, God is asking them also to go there with free will offering. And then the seventh offering is the firstborn of the herds and flocks, or the first fruit. These are the sacrifices, and these are the offerings and the sacrifices, or a sacrifice that God is asking the children of Israel to go with at that appointed place. Now, I want to give you the meaning and the purpose, the work and the purpose, the meaning of these offerings as they are in the Bible. And I will begin with the burnt offering. The work of the burnt offering, it was entirely consumed on fire or by fire on the altar. And each work, it symbolizes three things. It symbolizes total surrender, complete dedication to God, and atonement for an intentional sin. The work of this and burnt offering is for forgiveness of sin. So it was burned and consumed on the altar. And I've said its work is for total surrender, complete dedication, and atonement for sins. So that is the three work. That's the work of burnt offering. What it did to the children of Israel. Second offering or sacrifice was a sacrifice or peace offering. This type of offering, this portion was burned. A part of this offering was burned for God, and the rest was eaten in a communal meal. Sacrifices were burned for God, for the aroma to go to God, and part of it was eaten by the rest of the community in the assembly. And its work, what is the work of sacrifice, and what does it symbolize? So, one,